One of the most worrying thoughts when you live with fibromyalgia is this: is my fibro getting worse, or am I just going through a bad phase? Today I'm going to walk you through 5 signs your fibromyalgia may be worsening and why noticing them early really matters. And before we even look at the first sign, there's one important thing you need to understand. Before we look at the first sign, this is the most important thing to remember. Fibromyalgia changes over time. It changes as you age. It changes with stress, illness, viruses, and life pressure. And sometimes it changes simply because your body has been carrying a lot for a long time. So worse doesn't automatically mean permanent. Very often it means your body needs something different now. As we go through these 5 signs, notice which one feels familiar, not just on a bad day, but as a pattern over time. The first sign is that recovery takes longer than it used to. You rest, but it doesn't restore you in the same way. A flare that once settled quickly now lingers for days or longer. This doesn't mean your body is failing. It usually means your reserves are lower right now, so your body needs more recovery time, more rest, or fewer demands. And when recovery slows down, something else often shifts too. The second sign is when your normal, your baseline, quietly changes. Things that used to be manageable, a short walk, a work day, a social visit, now leave you wiped out. Not just during flares, but on fairly ordinary days. Your normal has shifted, even slightly. And if you don't notice that, you can end up trying to keep going with old patterns that used to work, but your body can't sustain them anymore. That mismatch is exhausting, physically and emotionally. A lot of people I've worked with have told me that winter has a big impact on them. The cold, darker days, less daylight, all of that lowers their reserves. And honestly, I feel the same. Seasonal changes alone can make everyday life cost much more energy. The third sign is when symptoms start to increase, spread, or change. Pain may move or feel different. Sleep often worsens, and sometimes that's one of the earliest signs. You may notice more digestive issues, dizziness, temperature sensitivity, or brain fog. This doesn't automatically mean a new condition. Often it's a sign that your whole system is under stress, not just muscles or joints. I experienced this very clearly after COVID. My fibromyalgia flared worse than had in nearly 20 years, and it took me 3 or 4 years to slowly stabilize again. Viruses, infections, and immune stress can have long-lasting effects, and recognizing that helps you respond with understanding, not self-blame. The fourth sign is that emotional stress feels much harder to handle. Small things feel overwhelming, your patience is thinner, you may feel tearful, irritable, mentally foggy, or emotionally drained for no obvious reason. This isn't weakness, it's often a sign that your batteries are empty, or your nervous system is saying, I'm already carrying a lot. If you're really struggling emotionally, or you're noticing your mental health shifting in ways that concern you, it's important to speak to your doctor or another healthcare professional. Mental and physical health are deeply connected in fibromyalgia. Getting support isn't weakness, it's wisdom, and it can genuinely help prevent symptoms from worsening. It's also worth looking at what's been happening lately. Has it been a busy period? Have you had celebrations? Maybe travelled or had an illness, bereavement, or ongoing stress in some way? All of these can trigger this response. If that's you, this reaction makes sense. The fifth sign is when the things that usually help don't seem effective anymore. Your pacing strategies don't go as far. Rest helps, but not enough. It feels like you're constantly managing rather than recovering. This can feel discouraging, but it's actually useful information. For me, this is the point where I stop and reset. If I can, I'll take a day or 2 off. I simplify everything. I focus on sleep, food, calming practices, and feeling safe and supported at home. I do that knowing one thing: if I don't respond now, it will take much longer to recover later. This sign doesn't mean you're doing badly, it means your level of support needs updating. A helpful way to think about worsening symptoms is this: that it often means that your life has changed in some way, your body has aged perhaps, you've had an illness, stress, or cumulative load, or your energy limits are different now. And that means it's time to adjust, not to give up. Adjustment might look like reducing work hours, working from home, simplifying routines, or letting go of old expectations. For me, that simplification has led to a better quality of life, quieter, more focused, and more manageable. Sometimes fibromyalgia worsens because of weather, illness, stress, or a busy period, and with the right support, you return to your usual baseline. Other times, especially with aging or major illness, you may recover into a new normal. That doesn't mean that life is over. It means that life is changing and your support needs to change with it. Holding on to the belief that I will improve again really matters here. So those are the 5 signs I promised to give you, but not to alarm you, but to help you recognize when it's time to slow down, adjust, and protect your health. If you're recognizing these signs and thinking, okay, now what do I actually do about this? This next video walks you through my 3-day recovery rhythm that's helped me prevent small flares from becoming major crashes. Watch that next, and I'll see you over there.